Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Terry.
And we're escaping the empty nest. Hey there, and welcome back. We're on the beautiful Quantum of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, and we wanted to share an experience we had with Glacier Wind Charters, which is a whale watching expedition out of icy Strait Point, Alaska.
So Glacier Wind is a family-owned charter, and we booked that as our excursion in icy Strait Point. And whenever we contacted them, it was super easy. They were super friendly.
Yeah.
We were able to get in and get our reservation. They have limited number of charters that they actually go out per day. And so we were very glad, very grateful to be able to get in.
When Skagway, our original port, was canceled because of mudslides, we did some quick research on YouTube like we tend to do, and we found a channel called Pero DJ that used charter Glacier Winds, and they highly recommended them. That was good enough for us.
Yes.
So we jumped on it quickly.
Very quickly.
And we found out that just hours later, they were all filled up for the day.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about wanting whale watching in icy Strait Point, highly recommended, but don't wait till the last minute to book them because you won't get a spot. During the course of the weeks that led up to our cruise, we did get several emails from them just reminding us of where we needed to go, where we needed to be. None of them were rude or pushy. It was just like, if you need anything, give us a call, and gave us a personal number and everything. And we just loved that. We felt like we were completely prepared for what we had, what was upcoming, and their communication was A+.
A+++.
Yeah.
It was so super easy. Their instructions in the email on how to get to the area where they were meeting was so super simple. I mean, they're very explicit directions, and you're like, walk in the visitor center.
Yeah, 600 yards is where we're not even that far.
Go out door B, and walk this quarter of a mile down this gravel trail. Blah blah blah. It was just, I mean,
incredibly
super simple, barely an inconvenience. So,
we walked up and they're like, "You must be Mark." It's like, "Yep."
Yes,
it's
that's
like,
us.
They knew exactly who it was.
Yes.
That it?
Yes.
I'm Mark.
A lot of other people wanted to be Mark this morning.
I'm sure they did.
And your name?
Terry.
Hi, Terry. Okay.
From the meeting point, they loaded us up in a little van, and they took us out to the dock where the boat was sitting. And it was a short drive, but the wife, the mom, whatever, she was extremely nice, leading us out there and gave us all kinds of information about the city, and just a nice little representative of the city and a tour guide.
So our particular tour was supposed to be between 3 and 3.5 hours, and I think it was about 3 by the time that we got.
Yeah.
Don't get us a YouTube strike. Now, we had a great time on there. We had 2 on with us. They had the pilot, whose name was Casey, and he gave most of the information about where we were going, more about the city around us, where the best places were to find the whales and the other sea animals. I mean, we saw sea otters and we saw sea lions and all kind of different things as we went
Bald
out
eagles.
there. Yeah, and he was very, very informative. He had some very specific, computerized piloting stuff on his boat that kind of helped him to communication with other boat drivers that were out there too as well, looking for whales. And
never seemed irritated by people asking questions.
Asked tons of questions, and he was just so polite, and so he always had an answer for everything.
He was very inviting of questions, and I appreciated that.
His brother Kyle was his mate, his crewmate on there, and Kyle was also very helpful, and he'd go out as a spotter on deck before we'd stop somewhere, or people in the back of the boat that couldn't hear Casey would ask Kyle questions, and Kyle would be giving the answers too. And it was just, they were very informative, very knowledgeable, and I really enjoyed listening to them as much as seeing the whales that we were going to be seeing on the trip.
Now, as you can see from the video we're showing, it's a nice boat. It's a brand new boat. The boat was bought during the COVID time, so it's absolutely in perfect shape. But what we appreciated was the fact that there was an indoor area where we could stay warm, but then the outdoor area that we could go out when we had something to see. We also appreciated that they had the forethought to put hot chocolate out there, which is actually really good hot chocolate. and some snacks. And probably the most important thing on a 3.5 hour tour was they had a bathroom. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if anybody actually used it or not, but just knowing it was
knowing
there,
it was there if you needed, yeah.
took a little anxiety off. You know, being out at sea for 3.5 hours. So
Right.
beautiful boat, well equipped, and we really appreciated how nice it was.
So if you're going out different seasons, I'm sure the whales are more active or less active than you're expecting. You know, we didn't see any breaching whales that were jumping up and doing showboaty things or whatever.
They weren't spectacular that day.
We did see them. They'd come up to breathe, to release through the blowhole, and you could watch them as they were right there on the surface. You know, he told us to watch for when they started to arch their back, and that means that they were going to dive, and then you could see them go under. Their tail would come up above the water.
Yeah.
You could see that too. He also told us how you can identify different whales by the back and coloring of their tails and things like that, and how he's taken pictures and submitted them to places, and so they can be identified, and you know, things like that. So it was neat. Some of the video we'll show you here. You know, we found 2 of them that were going together, I guess, in a pod. I guess that's what whales travel in a pod, I guess. You know, one following the other, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as they would go down and dive, you know, he told us that, you know, approximately 5 to 7 minutes they could be underwater, and so almost to the time, you know, they would be back up again, and we'd be able to spot them again. So
you usually see the water spouts first,
Yes.
then you see the back, then you see the tail, and then 5 to 7 minutes later it can repeat itself.
right.
And so one time we saw off in the distance 2 spouts next to each other, and so we headed that direction. So by the time we got there, they resurfaced, you know, fairly close to the ship, and we got some good footage of that.
Yeah, and one thing he did tell us is Alaska does have restrictions on how close those boats can get. So if you're seeing YouTube videos of people out there that look like they're really close or able to stick their hands out and touch the whales, you won't ever be that close to any of them, because it's illegal to do so.
I guess technically, if you're sitting there and the whales come up to you, there's not much you can do about it. We don't even know how rare that is. But there is distance, and they have binoculars on the ship to help you for long distance spotting. But for the most part, we just looked, you know, with our eyes. So.
Right.
Anyway, so we hope this helps you decide what to do when you're in Icy Strait, Alaska. Could not give this company higher recommendation, just like Para DJ. We absolutely love the experience. We want to thank Glacier Winds. We want to thank Para DJ for recommending them.
Yes.
So that's the beauty of YouTube. You have people that recommend things like that. Now we're giving you a follow-up video with maybe a little bit more details. So if you like this video, if you think it's helpful, give us a like, give us a comment. We love answering comments, and most importantly, subscribe and ring that bell. You'll be notified of future videos. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.